full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Come on, set! 70 Timberwolves, 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. 65 cats, 65 cats.
Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
From the gun, Bigsby. He's got room. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys beyond that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
60 Eagles, 6.
Here's Willis. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Riggs, Cougar 19, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Bigsby will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. The NFL's leading rusher. And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, no. His first throw of the Super Bowl is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Set at the line for this next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Jackson. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front. And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. On fourth down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally throw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Come on.
Willis. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder, how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl? Well, they got a great answer right there, and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Willis looks to pass it here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Calvin Austin, 46 yards. And the Saints continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 61 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. on the ground with Bigsby to strike the drive. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Willis to throw. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
60 Vikings, 60.
To throw, here's Willis. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now Willis. Looking left side of him, he's got a man. That's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
18 Rattler. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw, Willis. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Saints. Trey Palmer, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still... And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out. But they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Second down and 6 now.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Willis looking to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down.
Back.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tank Bigsby, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Escapes the sack. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only.
Trey Palmer, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
And he works free. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
It may look routine when you see the finished product, but what a nice job of concentration there. Catching the football on that route and then taking it a nice distance. A great example for an offensive throwing short and running long.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Here's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Layjohn5, 30 yards. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Come on.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Completes it to Austin. Williston. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Come 19. 60 Bison. 60
Willis looking to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
18, Pioneer. Set. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Shotgun snap to Willis. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st down.
Again, it's Willis to throw it. Underneath to his tight end, Wilson. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Fighting his way through contact. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Jackson. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. It's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking for Bateman. He's got it complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Jackson going to keep it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Jackson now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Jackson going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Looking to throw. Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Jackson going to keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jackson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's
3rd down. Here's Algier. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Jackson going to change things up a bit. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jackson going to run. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The 70 range.
They're going for it. Huntley. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Welcoming you back to Super Bowl 61, 3 quarters in the books, and ready to go for the 4th. Now a 2nd and 10.
Shot 60, shot 60.
Willis. That's caught down the field by Palmer. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown, New Orleans. Trey Palmer with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
17.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Come on.
They'll run it again with Henry. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Powers by at the 40. And Huntley showing that playmaking ability. Runs for the 1st and slides to a stop. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Henry. He's got room at the 30. He treads it with a stiff arm. And all the way down to the 5. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Sean Bateman. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit, because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Let's go now. 79, 6, Cougar 19, Cougar 19.
Another run by Bigsby. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw, here's Willis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago is starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Ravens first down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
To throw, Huntley. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
70 Ranger, Panther 60, Panther 60.
Looking to throw here, Huntley. Going for Bateman, he's got him on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First down.
Get it. 70 Timberwolves.
Here's Huntley. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Let's go now.